Hey guys, Jacqueline Fernandez at the Alert Center. Thank you so much for joining me this afternoon on Fernandez Files. We have several stories that I'd like to cover today, including your weather at the end, of course. A bunch of stories that are currently trending right now. So the first one is the story from Offutt Air Force Base. They are going to prep for the largest military exercise in history there. So we'll give you the dates on that. Omaha Fashion Week. A lot of people still talking about that quote unquote hateful image that walked the runway. And then the third story today for Fernandez Files are the two men that were federally indicted in connection to a bank robbery in a small town here in our area, Nebraska. And then again, we'll chat a little bit about the weather, thanks to meteorologist Jarrett Lansford, who has given us some updates in the newsroom. So let's start out with our first Fernandez file today. All these stories can be found on our website. Clearly they are trending. Our website is firstalert6.com. So this is the what we have to look forward to. So I'll leave that there. So you see the dates here on your screen. So the base will be conducting the largest and most intensive military exercise in its history. Clearly you can see that's from March 31st to April 4th. Now, as a result of this, access to the base is going to be extremely limited, right? So they don't want a lot of people walking around there. They're asking that, veterans and especially people who, retirees who, might frequent the base off and on, really, kind of take their time and get there, complete your visit before the 31st. So you've got a few days now to do that. Now, people who live nearby Offutt can expect some loud noises and then some, just announcements, frequent giant voice announcements is what they're calling it, to occur. And this exercise is to ensure war-fighting readiness at Offutt. So something that clearly is very important and something that will be the largest military exercise in Offutt's history. So very cool there for the first Fernandez file. Now we're going to head over to the second trending story. This has a bunch of people commenting here and there on Facebook, letting us know what they think about this kerfuffle, I'll say, at Omaha during Omaha Fashion Week. Here's the full statement. I'll kind of leave that up while we talk about it, but I'll leave that as a web extra for you as well. Again, firstalert6.com. Okay, so Omaha Fashion Week organizers did post this statement you're seeing on social media after some pointed out that a design on one of the pieces being modeled at a show resembled that of a swastika. Okay, so this says in part, quote, the official statement from the event producer. She says, Omaha Fashion Week stands against hate. The designer will not be allowed to return to the OFW runway or to her panelist position. So that is something to take of note here. Now, according to that post also, the piece wasn't seen before it hit the runway, so there wasn't enough time for them to kind of take down the added piece to the fabric before people saw what was going on here. So as I mentioned, a lot of people expressing their comments, their thoughts about this. Many people calling for accountability and transparency with Omaha Fashion Week, so that's on one end. And then some are also pointing out that the symbol's actually a version of a pinwheel quilting pattern, and then it doesn't necessarily refer to Nazism. So that is something of note, something that people are definitely discussing there for today's Fernandez files. So I'm going to head over now to our third story, and I'm going to take this full screen here in just a second. Bear with me. There we go. So here's a story that a bunch of people are talking about too. This is trending. I'll leave this, their mugshots here for you. But this last Fernandez file, these two men federally indicted in connection to a bank robbery in a small Nebraska town. So Bryce Dortch, 30 years old, and Dante Orduna, 35. They're both of Omaha. And this is relating to a robbery at Community State Bank in Cedar Bluffs. That's in Nebraska. Now, according to the Saunders County Sheriff's Office, the two entered the bank on January 14th. They had handguns, forced employees to take an undisclosed amount of money from the bank's vault. Investigators say they were able to identify these two men on your screen here. Here's a closer look at where Cedar Bluffs is. But they were able to identify the two men as we kind of zoom in on the location here. Let's see if I can just do this. Yeah, so about a 50-minute drive, give or take. So investigators identified the suspect vehicle, and then the FBI was able to further the investigation with search warrants and court orders, etc. So something to take note of here. And these two men, of course, were federally indicted and arrested. I'm just going to have you take a look at their mugshots here for one more second. All right. Now, last on the list today for Fernandez Files, we're going to chat a little bit about the weather. It's been a whirlwind, right? I mean, just seemingly so random, but I'm told, you know, welcome to Omaha. That's what we have to deal with. So let me find my notes here on the forecast. You can always find the latest on our website, so I'll just head there. That's firstalerts6.com. So then we click on First Alert 6 weather here in the upper left-hand corner. And this is part of Jared's forecast. So he says, today, 48 degrees, partly cloudy. You can take a look at the sunrise, sunset times. I, for one, am glad that the sunset is happening. Well, we have more sun. Let's just say it that way. always confused with the spring forward, fall back. Yeah, so we have hourly. Then if we take a look at the 3 days, so Friday, 58 degrees, spotty thunderstorms. Saturday, 64, Sunday, 60 degrees. So this is really great. Welcome spring. Happy to have spring here finally, and happy to see that, yeah, 48 degrees right here for today. So not a bad Friday. Hopefully you are enjoying it. If you are on your lunch break now, it's about 12:15, give or take. And if you are driving throughout the metro, thankfully things are looking a lot better out there. Let's take a quick look from our Children's Nebraska cam. It does look like there's a bunch of traffic today, unfortunately, out there. But it's likely because nobody was really driving around on Wednesday during the blizzard. So that's good news there. And streets look clear, etc. So in the meantime, thanks so much for joining me at the Alert Center. Dave Zavolinsky is actually off today, so I will be anchoring the 3 p.m. broadcast. So I hope to see you then, where we'll have all the latest and greatest updates for you right here on WWT.